Hi everyone and welcome back. So this is unit 6.14. We're going to look at surface area of cylinders for this one. And this is page 610 in the textbook. And again, I did deviate from the book a little bit, so if you do look some stuff up, it is out of the easier book, as I always say. It's just a little bit better examples, I think. A little more straightforward. It's not so mathy, just so you guys can get the main thing down. So as you can hear from my voice, I am still sick. I recorded most of these all on the same day, so sorry I kind of sound bad, but that's the way it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and write the goal for today. It's just like the title says. We're going to find a surface area of cylinders. Okay? Okay. So this formula is a little bit longer. Don't let that scare you. It's actually easy. All right. So what we've got for this one is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. Okay. 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. And here we go. So make sure you do have a calculator with the pi button on it, and we're going to use pi again. Like the actual button instead of 3.14. So that way we have a little bit more exact measurements. All right, so let's find the surface area of this one. So let's start off with the formula. So 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so 2 is 2, pi is pi. Now we need the radius, which is also 2. So 2, and then we got to do the height, which is 7, plus 2 pi, and 2 squared. Okay, so it's a lot to type in, but again, it's easy. You just got to plug everything in. So 2 pi, 2 times 7, plus 2 pi 2 squared. And we should get 113 point, let's see, does it say how to round 1 nearest 10? So we round to 1 decimal place, so 0.1. So 113.1, and this time it's meters, and again we're doing area, so that'll be square meters. Okay, so again, 2 pi 2 times 7 plus 2 pi 2 squared. Okay, so just take your time typing it in. That's the hardest part, is getting it all typed in. All right, so let's see if we got it. Go ahead and pause it. At least try letter A because it does match the previous one. If you want to try B, that would be great. I think you'll figure it out pretty quick. Again, they're pretty straightforward. It's just it's a little bit long to write out, but it's easy because you just type it all in. All right, so go ahead and pause it and try these. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look then. So again, we got 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi, the radius is 3, so 3 times 9 plus 2 pi 3 squared. Okay, so 2 pi, 3 times 9 plus 2 pi 3 squared. And let's see, 2 pi 3 times 9 plus 2 pi 3 squared. Okay, 226.2. That's feet this time, square feet. All right, next one. Okay, so what do you notice about this one that's different than the first one? So we should look at it and be able to see that we have the diameter this time instead of the radius. And then what do we do with our diameter? We always have to do what? Cut it in half. Okay, so this is actually going to be 7. Okay, right there. Okay, so in this case it'll be 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. 2 pi 7 times 10 plus 2 pi 7 squared. Yeah, I know, I sound like a broken record. Okay. All right, 2 pi 7 times 10 plus 2 pi 7 squared. 747.7. That's centimeters squared. Okay. Again, I like doing cylinders. I don't know why. I always did think they were cool. I know the formula is long, but it just seems like it was always an easy thing to do. So let's go ahead and circle these since we got so much stuff written down here. Okay. All right, let's go to the next part here. It says a circular fence that is 2 feet high is being built around the outside of a carousel. The distance from the center of the carousel to the edge of the fence will be 35 feet. What's the area of the fencing material that is needed to make the fence around the carousel? Okay, so let's kind of draw this out. So we're going to need a circular fence. Okay, it needs to be 2 feet high. So that's 2 right there. Okay. And then it says the distance from the center of the carousel to the edge of the fence is 35 feet. So from here on over is 35. Okay, and then from there it says what's the area of the fencing material? Okay, so in this case what we're going to do is we're only going to be finding the lateral area, so it's going to be 2 pi RH. Okay, and that's it. Okay, we just want the fencing material, not the top and the bottom. Okay, because think about it, the last part of the formula is 2 pi r squared. Well, 2 pi r squared would be the area of the top plus the area of the bottom, which is times 2, right? So, which is where all that comes from. So we're only finding the lateral area for this one. All right, so for this one, we're going to do 2 pi, and then the radius would be 35, and the height would be 2. Okay, so 2 pi 35 times 2. So how much fencing do we need? 439.8. And that's going to be feet. Okay? And we did find area, so it's going to be square. Okay? So again, how come we didn't find the whole thing? Because think about the seminary picnic. They have the little picket fence going around, kind of. Okay, it's kind of the same thing here. All right, whenever you have a fence going around it, you're just finding the fence. We're not finding the top part and the bottom part like we normally do, okay? We're not adding all the areas together. We need just the outside label, okay? Kind of like on a soup can. If you pull the label off, that's what we're measuring, is just that rectangular piece that you would pull off, okay? So if we spread the whole thing out and then wrapped it into a tube, how much would there be, okay? All right, let's look at this one here. So it says find the area of the label of a can of tuna with a radius of 5.1 centimeters and a height of 2.9 centimeters. And then we're going to round to the nearest tenth. So it's the same thing here. Okay? So letter C. So we're just finding the first part. So 2 pi r h. All right, so in this case we have 2 pi, and then the radius they said was 5.1. And the can of tuna has a height of 2.9. Okay, so let's type that in then. So we've got 2 pi 5.1 times 2.9. We got 92.9. And that would be centimeters squared. Okay? Okay, this time we're going to find the total surface area of a cylindrical candle with a diameter of 4 inches and a height of 2.5 inches. Okay, so this time we're doing the whole thing. So we're going to do 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. All right, so we got 2 pi. Radius is, oh, they gave us the diameter. So if the diameter is 4, then what would be the radius? That would be 2. Or we just got to divide it by 2. So times it by its height. The height's going to be 2.5 plus 2 pi. And then again, the radius would be 2. This times the 2 and then squared. Okay, so 2 pi, 2 times 2.5 plus 2 pi, 2 squared. And that's 56.5. Yeah. And that's going to be square inches. Okay, last examples here. Okay, we're going to find total surface area, so why don't you go ahead and pause and try each of these, and then when you come back, I am going to go through them like super quick, okay? All right, here we go. Let's look at the first one. So we have 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared on all four. Okay, so it's going to be 2 pi 6 times 10 plus 2 pi 6 squared. Okay, so we got I got 603.2. Hit all that in again. I think that's right. Let me double check it. Yep, 603.2. That's going to be yards. Okay, let's go over here to number 2. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be 2 pi and then 5.5 h, so it'd be 8, and then we're going to do plus, and then we got 2 pi 5.5 squared. $466.5. Okay, number 3. $636.2. Let's see, 2 pi 1214 plus 2 pi 12 squared. $1960.4. That one's in centimeters. And there we go. All right, so hopefully you got all those. If not, just kind of check your mistakes. The biggest thing is typing it in the calculator. Okay, just be careful with that, just because there's a lot to type in. Otherwise, it's not too bad. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thanks.